Hello everyone and welcome to another day of high yield Usmle questions. Today we will be talking about hematology and oncology. So we had a 19-year-old girl presented with red spots over her entire body. She has no history of any medical condition or examination. There are petechiae and ecchymosis as shown in the image. PT and APTT are normal. Platelets are 10,000 with normal WBC and RBC and hemoglobin. Which of the following is the most likely diagnosis? So here you can see this was a real patient of mine, and here you can see a lot of ecchymosis here. There are petechiae, one is here, one is here. Also, if you look at distally here in the on the leg, there are a lot of petechiae. So over the entire body, there are petechiae, and so PT and PTT are normal and platelets are low. So what could be the diagnosis? So first, let's talk about the Usmle. Remember, Usmle can cause petechiae and cutaneous bleeding, but here APTT may be normal, but it may also be elevated because factor 8 normally Usmle stabilizes. But remember, platelets will be normal in Usmle disease, so this is a wrong answer here. ITP is the right answer because here the only abnormality is the low platelets. So most likely this patient has ITP where you get only the platelets defect, where not defect, but it's just the numbers are low. So platelets number are low. There is no qualitative defects. It's a quantitative defect where platelets are reduced because of destruction. So DIC, PT, PTT will be elevated, so this is will be elevated. So here they are normal PT, PTT, so that's not the diagnosis. Empty fatty marrow, they're referring to aplastic anemia. This is also a wrong answer because in the question they said that the WBC and RBC are normal. Here you get pancytopenia where RBC, WBC, platelets, all of them are low in aplastic anemia, and so here this is definitely immune thrombocytopenic purpura. And so what happens there is that if this is the spleen actually produces antibodies, and this is, let's say, the platelet and against the platelet GP2B3A receptor. That's where the antibodies are directed against. So the spleen produces them, remember, and then those antibody-bound platelets come back to the spleen, and the spleen kind of eats them. The splenic macrophages. So the main problem is with the spleen. So then how do you kind of treat ITP? So ITP, remember, if the platelet count is greater than 30,000 and there are only cutaneous symptoms, like in this patient there are cutaneous symptoms, and but platelet count is less than 10,000. So but if it is greater than 10,000 and there are only cutaneous symptoms, you observe. If it is less than 30,000 platelet count and there is bleeding or cutaneous symptoms, then you treat. So this patient should be treated because the platelet count is less than 30,000. So what is the treatment? The treatment is glucocorticoids. So first is glucocorticoids, and if glucocorticoids doesn't work, then you can use IVIG, and if that doesn't work, rituximab, and then eventually if it is very refractory, then splenectomy, because we talked, the spleen is the problem here. Splenectomy will actually you're kind of killing two birds with one stone, because you're actually decreasing the production of those antibodies which are produced by the spleen. Also, you're removing the source of destruction of the platelets, and so that's important. Also, remember associations. Immune thrombocytopenic purpura is associated with HCV, HIV, also with SLE. So all of these conditions should be ruled out because it's a diagnosis of exclusion. And if they say spleen should be curative, right? Splenectomy should be curative. But if they say the patient removed the spleen and now 6 months later the patient comes back with the same symptoms of ITP, so suspect accessory spleen. So you can do CT MRI to look for accessory spleen in that condition. So I hope this was clear, and if you like the content, you can help support the channel here, link in the description. Also, if anyone requires tutoring, can email me here. So thank you for watching.